Fight fans, welcome back to Carlo Prusa MMA. I am Carlo Prusa. Today I am with professional boxer Mr. Alan Sanchez ahead of his contest next Saturday, Diaz Vs Masvidal 2, last man standing. He's taking on Louie Lopez Jr. Alan, we're only about 6 days out from the contest. It's quickly approaching. What's the mindset right now? Are you starting to feel excitement? Are the nerves starting to get you? What's the thoughts?
Just want to get it done, and come back, stay with the family. Like we really they don't really see me all the time because I'm working out. I'm probably gonna go work out again, and just want to get it done.
Obviously, you've been friends with the Diaz boys, Nick and Nate, for a long time now. You've helped train them, helped train their fighters for years. How did this contest get brought to you? Did Nate reach out and ask you if you want to be on the card?
Yeah, of course. The first time it was Jake Paul, Nate Diaz, and they asked me if I want to be in his undercard, and I was like, of course I want to be on the undercard, and they treat me pretty well, and I did a good fight. So he asked me again if I want to be in the undercard too. So of course I'm gonna say yes. It's a big fight for everyone up there.
How did you get to know? How did you get to know Nate and Nick? How did the relationship start with them?
Uh, it starts in 2012. Some guy brought me over there, and because they need some sparring, and since that day, I think they like it, and they're still calling me and be like, "Oh, you want to come spar Nick Diaz too?" When he fought George St. Pierre, so I went over there and I did a triathlon with them too, and it was pretty cool. Since that day, we've been cool with everyone in the gym, not just them.
No, it's really amazing when you look at that group of guys, the amount of how hard they train. I mean, they're ready to do triathlons. They bike every day, they run every day. Is training with them, is that mindset, that grind, does that help you think translate over to professional boxing?
I mean, yeah, like they're always ready. Like even if we go over there and hang out, like right now, if I'm hanging out with them, they be like, "Oh, let's go run 5 miles, 10 miles. Oh, let's go swimming." So you're always busy with them. Like always training. Even if we go out and have fun or something, like it's gonna be like one point where you gotta be ready to be like, "Oh, let's go run. Oh, let's go train." So you gotta be ready with them all the time.
You started your professional boxing career when you turned 18 years old. How did you get into it? Was there just always at a young age, is boxing something that you always thought that, you do for a living?
Uh, how to start? It was in Mexico, pretty much. My dad, he fought over there in Mexico. He probably did a couple fights over there, professional. He won Golden Gloves, and like me and my brother, we start boxing over there because we just find the street like a normal kids, like over there. So my dad is like, "Oh, you guys need to do something." Like he always put in like in soccer, do stay busy, and we start boxing over there in Mexico with my dad too. So we moved over here to Fairfield in 2004. So we find a gym around here, and me and my brother, we start training. So we just turned pro, me and my brother too.
So you're taking on Louie Lopez Jr., a guy who has a little less experience than you, but he's hungry, he's ready for a big opportunity for a big name like yourself. What do you think of him as an opponent?
I don't know a lot about him, but I know he's gonna come to fight because like you say, he's hungry and he want a big win, so he can have another big opportunity. And same with me, I wanna have another win so I can have a bigger opportunity, maybe world champion or something. Like um, by now he's gonna come to war. So me too. I'm ready to go to war with him.
He's the type of boxer, he's going to bring the fight right to you. He's going to try to do a very high pace and come red, and he's going to throw down. Does that excite you?
Um, no, but I'll be ready for that. Like I don't get excited about that, but like it is what it is. We prepare, we train hard. I brought my trainer over here. He's staying in my house, so we've been training hard every day. We're about to go train right now too.
Both of you guys, both you and Louie, both Hispanic fighters. I believe he's Mexican as well. Do you enjoy when you get to fight another Hispanic fighter? A lot of times when you see two Mexican guys go at it, I mean, it's an absolute bloodbath.
It doesn't bother me, like it is what it is. It's our job. Um, I mean, if whoever wins or whatever, he want to have a beer or something, let's go hang out. If not, like it is what it is. It's our job to get the win or something.
You've had a lot of success in your career. I think one of your first really big fights was your victory over Bustos when you become the WBC Continental Champ. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was cool. Like have a fight around hometown. A lot of people from where I'm from, I mean, here, Fairfield, they go over there and support me. And it was cool. Have a win, have a little bell or something. But it's cool. Everyone from Fairfield went over there and support me.
When you look at Lopez's record, his two losses, Beltran and Bustos, both of you guys, both fighters that you have beat. He mentioned to me that with a victory over you, he's trying to avenge those defeats. With it being that you've beaten some guys that he's lost to, does that do anything to you? Does that really even matter?
No, I think we're just gonna go to war. Like he's probably gonna come stronger, and like he's gonna come to work. Like he's gonna be more prepared than before. I beat those guys, but I know he's gonna come more prepared and ready for war.
This fight card is really trending. I mean, a lot of people know about it. Obviously, you have Jorge Masvidal, Nate Diaz, two huge stars of MMA. They have their history. Big fight broke out at the press conference not too long ago. A lot of people are excited. In a way, do you get excited from that, knowing that tons of people are going to be watching this?
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Like be part of this big event and big fight, and it's gonna be cool. I'm excited for the team, and hopefully everyone get the win.
I think there's about 5 or 6 of your teammates, including yourself, fighting on this card. I'm not sure if you've ever been on a card with that many of your teammates are fighting, but has that made training for this maybe a little easier? Just you guys are all together and all fighting on the same night?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like the last fight too. Everybody was up there. It was this time it's gonna be Nate, Chris Avila, uh, Jose Aguayo, Kenny Lopez, and Ramos from Argentina, and everybody's up there. Training hard. And if you see one guy doing another round, you do two more, and they keep training hard. So that's kind of cool. Like everybody stay up there in the gym.
One of your teammates, Chris Avala, obviously been in the UFC, done the MMA things, made the transition over to boxing, and he's looking really well, really good. I mean, he's on a 5-fight win streak. It's really looking like he's finding his own into boxing. From the get-go, from the first time you met that guy, did you have a feeling that he could be successful in boxing?
Yeah, of course, because he trained hard with everybody up there. He always pushing it, and if, like I say, if everybody's gonna run like 10 miles, everybody's down to run 10 miles. If someone is gonna do a triathlon, everybody's gonna do a triathlon, and of course, he always prepared too.
And obviously, the same thing for Nate Diaz. That's been a guy for years, both him and his brother, when they were in the UFC. We all knew this was happening. We all knew that we were going to see this guys in the boxing at some point. Are you excited for Nate now that he's able to, do these super big fights, huge name, and also be able to help you guys by getting you on the same card?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's doing his own thing, and his own promotion too, or whatever. And but yeah, it's cool. Like he's doing his big fights. I'm excited for him too, and happy for him.
And now I'm sure, were you able to see the brawl at the last press conference? I don't know if you were there, but what are your whole thoughts on all that?
I couldn't make it over there because I have my daughter, but I watch it and it's just crazy. Like what happened, but it is what it is. It wasn't a lot of security. They should have put more security there, and but like I say, these guys are ready to fight, and they're prepared. It's just crazy.
We're starting to see more and more now in boxing. You have these crossover fights, these guys who are big MMA stars. You have influencers like the Jake Paul, the Logan Paul guys. For you, as a guy who's been a boxer for so long, is it good for the sport? Is this good for boxing?
I mean, yeah, because they're making like big fights. They paying very well, and like fighters like me or whoever, we deserve to get good pay. Because we risking our lives.
About a year ago, you had the birth of your first child. How has that changed anything? Has that changed the way you approach fights?
No, still the same mind. Same goals. But I mean, um, change different. Like I used to go to San Diego and train. Now I had to be here home with them and support them. Like help a little bit, or me and my help my wife too, and just be home. That's why I brought my trainer to stay in my house too.
Do you get some more added motivation now from your family? Just more added motivation to go out there, get big wins, just to provide for everybody?
Yeah, always. Like they always motivate me. My wife, my mom, my dad, all my family, my brothers, even friends. They always motivated, and it's just cool. Like they support me and they're gonna go up there to support.
A few years ago, you were an alternate for the Manny Pacquiao and you guys fight. Was you weren't able to step in there, obviously, but what was that whole experience like being an alternate for a card and fight of that magnitude?
Yeah, it was cool. Like it was around the Kobe time, and they called me to be on the undercard of Pacquiao. So it was like one week notice, but like I say, we always training, we always running, we always doing something, and it's just cool.
And now with the victory here against Louie Lopez Jr., victory in front of all these people, big card. Do you think this could open up some opportunities for you to maybe get a big money fight or fight for a belt?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like get the win and have a bigger opportunity. And maybe have a fight for a belt or something big or someone with a big name, and hopefully it happens.
Last question for you, Alan. In a perfect world, what happens next Saturday when you take on Louie Lopez Jr.?
Uh, get the win, come back home, celebrate with my family, and relax.
Well, Alan, thank you so much for your time. I really
Appreciate
enjoyed
it.
speaking with you, and good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.